What up? Where you at? Oh yeah. See, the reason I'm upset is because this religion shit has kept everybody on this planet broke and poor, and no one has been able to benefit or be able to harvest any of the joyous sustainment. The volume is the bountiful abundance of life support and life sustainment, the fruit, the water, everything that was put on this earth by the people that's here showing you right now that they're gonna burn this planet up. And not even the planet. Listen, let me explain to you what they're saying. They're saying we could be precision. That's the reason why some parts of the flight doesn't have fire and some parts do. They let them know we know exactly where to drop fire at on your ass. We know where you're all at. They know where all these Zionists are at. I'm telling you, you're not going to hear none of these Jesus people say anything about this being after the Zionists, because the Zionists are the ones who fabricated all this Jesus shit. You know what I'm saying? And so the only thing you're going to ever hear from all these people is the same old shit about it being everything except for what I'm telling you it is. Listen very carefully. This is judgment. This is, these people are getting ready to get killed. This is, listen to Asar, because these are the last days, and you're going to choose what side you're going to be on. If you're going to have your ass out there after all that Donald Trump shit and trying your best to be Mr. Billionaire, all that idiocy that's got everybody mind boggled down, where even when this lady herself can see this is not a joke, she want to sit there and try to steer everybody wrongly because she's getting profit off of it and being able to support herself to pay for some of the foolish materialism that's all going to get burnt up by the fire. Okay, now wake up, because all this old shit about being left on earth, having to dig through garbage and having to hide from soldiers and scared you're going to be raped and eaten and all that old shit. Who wants to go through that? Now why are you going to listen to these people tell you some dumb shit about this having to do something with Hitler and all these people coming through this thing in 1940? When I'm here right now, I'm telling you, well, that's how I got here. And I can prove it to you. Everything that sustains me, put it this way, I'm the one that's going to destroy all your cities. I want you to be foolish enough and keep listening to this lady, because the reason I'm going to get rid of the cities is because I know I'm going to be to work real diligent to make it perfectly clear to everybody out here that your heart better be right when this shit go down, because if it's not, when you wake up and you still be here on earth left in all this old shit, and you're going to be running from rabid dogs and rabid people, and that's what the zombies going to be. It ain't going to be no zombies that's the dead done woke up. It's going to be the dead. Your ass is going to be the dead that has waken up, and you're going to be cannibals. So that's what that's all about. And this fire is real right here. That's the reason why it's raining so much now. So you don't have much time. You need to really make up your mind, because see, when the ashes and everything is blowing around in the air and you can't breathe because the smoke is full of fumes from the burning trees, and the trees is getting even with our asses for all the trees we cut down. And then the fire is flying around taking the form of birds. The birds that ain't here no more, and the fire swooping all down on your ass. Just like what you're looking at right here. These things are so intelligent, you know for a fact, if that was fire in the sky right there, it would have fell down and burnt that whole forest up. And it did not, because we did not see or hear about no freaking forest fire. So they need to stop lying. It's obvious that that fire would have fell on that forest up under it and set that forest on fire. But that did not happen. So they need to stop lying, and everybody need to open up their minds and their eyes and use your sense of observation to steer yourself to the beacon that's going to help you, and stay away from the bullshit.
War criminal came back to Earth with technology from the future and tried to take over the Earth with his cronies, and his name was Adolf Hitler. And when Admiral Byrd got to where they were, he was greeted by a...
Do you see this green right here? All that shit she talking about don't mean nothing when you see my Asar green right there. Know this. This is all you need to worry about. Don't worry about all her crap. You can see these are the cosmic forces here to get that ass. Okay? Don't listen to that stupid shit about no Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler was an evil ass man, no different than George Bush or any other fucked up presidents that we done had all over the planet that has been the supporters of genocide and oppression. Alright, it went on for 500 years Way before Hitler came around and did anything, the United States had did 500 years of horrible shit. From the 1400s all the way to the 1800s, the United States is guilty of all kind of crimes here and abroad. So Hitler didn't have to come through no damn time machine or no warp to bring evil to this planet. That need to stop. These people right here has always been around here. They're just letting us learn from our own freaking mistakes. And this green light right here is letting you know right now that it is getting ready to be regenerated back to a God calibration. Know that.
High being, and he was taken into the inner realms, and the high being spoke to him and told him some truths. And then he came back. You know, he was traveling on that trip with these Navy aircrafts. They were slightly smaller than a C-130. They were huge, and they were filming the landscape, and they filmed every part of the trip. And
that should make it really clear for you right there, shouldn't it? Watch this. Hello? Yeah.
then within a year, Congress called him in to testify about his experience, and they made this war hero.
Okay, good enough.
This, feel very small and stupid.
Right now I was doing a video.
Threatened him with his life, and he had never been treated that way before. And
so I'll see you when you get here, okay?
He couldn't reconcile the truth. And it wasn't long after that that he left the planet because he couldn't live with how he was being treated and blamed and threatened. And he wrote about that in his diary, and that's out there. The films are out there. Feel very small and stupid, and they threatened him with his life, and he had never been treated that way before, and he couldn't reconcile the truth. And it wasn't long after that that he left the planet because...
See, this is what I'm talking about. All that fire. You see, and then she want to give you some more fairy tale shit, Batman, you know, the Fantastic Four, all that shit. We don't have time to listen to that fairy tale bullshit that she's talking about when we got this right here that should be the center of our attention, okay? We don't need to hear about nobody coming from no freaking warp hole, but back in 1950 and all that, the same old Jesus shit of Nazareth that went on 1,000, 6,000 years ago that still got his finger up everybody's ass. Stop letting them blow that shit smoke screen in your face. What do we need to hear her telling us about Hitler and somebody else coming through a time warp back in the 1950s when we know for a fact that Earth, way back to 1500, had always had men on it that was trying to conquer and take over every damn thing. You don't have to come through a time warp for that. These people right here, if anybody you need to worry about coming through a time warp doing some sinister shit, will be them. But they been here making their presence obvious and showing their capability. And this is so much technology that you make this fire in the sky that is so abiding and so precise that you know you're not even worried that you can have a foliage that has set the forest on fire. And it didn't happen. This is the technology we're talking about. So why is she trying to blow you a snow screen about some Hitler shit coming through the war? And it's always Hitler. Why can't it be the fucked up government that we got right now that's treating everybody like shit and keeping us all poor and broke? Or the same old fascist ass Pope, Catholic religion? Why does it have to be always Hitler, somebody that's dead and can't even stand up for themselves right now, when we got so many tyrants still on the damn planet?
He couldn't live with how he was being treated and blamed and threatened. And he wrote about that in his diary, and that's out there. The films are out there. And later, Howard Hughes, with money from the Dark Hats.
Always, always, always them. But they didn't have nothing about, nothing, no school books, nothing told you anything about this stuff. And then here I am, I've been telling you, yeah, they living it light a whole year now before any of this spectacular shit started happening. I'm telling you, and even showing you, and telling you about the guy that's Bastet, the green one, that's going to stay here with me to help me whoop ass. And then here she is showing you her true colors right there. There she is showing you her colors. It's letting you know, yeah, he's right. I am going to stay here, and I am going to help him whoop that ass. So y'all can listen to Daisy Duke all you want to. Alright? You can listen to her ass until the damn cows come home. But know this. When you hear this shit sizzling on your ass, you're going to understand why you should have been listening to a sorry that your ass should have been doing when you was listening to that bullshit.
Flew over the Arctic Circle and repeated his voyage. And this area in Siberia, if you read about Howard Hughes'...
No, let me tell you, this area in Siberia is the home of the Zionists. This is the place where all these sorry people have resorted to hide underground and build their elaborate structures so they can ride out the you know what I mean, the catastrophes that's supposed to be coming on the earth. You know, they all up in the mountains of the Caucasus Mountains and all that other stuff. We all know that's where their ass is at. We figured that's where they would be. But here's the deal, though. That ain't the only place. But we know that the UFOs, Honey Girl Bastet, no, she's showing you. See? Melanin. See? And look. So I know what that is. I'm not worried. I'm just doing my job. They really care about y'all a lot, and they know that there's people here that's going to be diligent at trying to keep you misled. Even when it's at the final hour, when she is talking this shit, know herself, she need to be trying to get her life in gear. Because of her fascination, and because she knows probably, because no one could be that idiot, that stupid to be believing that bullshit she's talking when you can see that's going on and know that you should be trying to read to find out as much about this as you can. But my thing is, I've already learned about this. That's why it doesn't fascinate me at all.
Trip. And you look at the map of the trip.
See, these projectiles right here, I couldn't see those with my eyes, so I think they might enhance that with the computer. And because I don't understand why they would make it go black anyway. It was looking just perfect without being black. And if they are authentic, I would like to see that with my naked eye without any computer blackening out. I want to see it with just, because see, this went black, but this one didn't. Or neither did these lights right here. So they specifically blackened what they wanted you to see. So I'm still wondering about these being the project, because they wanted you to believe that there was a bombing. They said that these things hit the ground, but I don't believe that. What I believe is that they created the bombing afterwards so the world won't know what Asar is saying is true. They want as many people to go to hell with them as possible, or they want that if this is all going to blow over and nothing happen, to remain in control. But you can see that is that X. And I know for a fact, I'm the first one who froze that, but it was obvious to me that I could see it. And that means that everybody else could see it, but they just didn't want nobody else to. Well, I don't know though, because I see things with my pineal gland. But I know I saw it and I froze it and I put it right up on YouTube. And then the next day I look at YouTube and I see this thing everywhere, all on NBC and everywhere. But then when I look at my YouTube count, it say ain't nobody looking at your shit. You know, and then people come up February 22nd. Now they all up to 4,000. You know, out of nowhere. Okay, February, what is that, like a few days ago? And they already up to 4,000, right? So you can see the bullshit. They just write them in, use my stuff, and then make their count be so high. Like, you know, I hear a lot of stuff that I be saying that I never get credit for. Nobody's, you know, saying anything about, yeah, well, this came from Asar or whatever, woo, 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 woo. You know, and I don't care because I don't really want no praise. But the thing is, it bothers me when I see this. And then I see they done jumped up already in about 3 days, okay, to 4,000. And this right here is on my page.